The safe house smelled like gunpowder and expensive whiskey. Stephanie sat on a leather couch, her hands still trembling as she watched Minho's men move through the warehouse with military precision. One cleaned weapons. Another monitored a wall of screens showing different angles of Seoul streets. A third spoke rapidly in Korean into a headset. This was insane. All of it. 24 hours ago, her biggest problem was meeting her quarterly marketing targets. Now she was sitting in a Mafia safe house wearing a USB drive that apparently made her a walking target. Here. She looked up. Minho stood in front of her, holding out a glass of amber liquid. I don't drink whiskey. You do tonight. His tone left no room for argument. Stephanie took the glass, their fingers brushing. Even that small contact sent electricity through her skin. She hated that her body reacted to him when her mind knew better. She took a sip. The whiskey burned going down, but it steadied her nerves. Minho sat across from her, his suit jacket removed now. White shirt sleeves rolled up to reveal surprisingly toned forearms. There was a bandage on his left arm where the glass had cut him. You should rest, he said. Rest? Are you serious right now? Stephanie set the glass down harder than necessary. I was just shot at. People want to kill me for something I didn't even know I had. And you expect me to rest? Yes. His calm infuriated her. I want answers. Real ones. You promised. Minho studied her for a long moment, then leaned forward, elbows on his knees. What do you want to know? Everything. Start with why anyone cares about this. She pulled the USB pendant from under her dress. My father gave me this before I left Nigeria. The note said, keep this close, keep this safe. I thought it was just sentimental. Your father was more than an accountant, Stephanie. You said that before. What does it mean? Before Minho could answer, the silver-haired man from earlier approached. Up close, Stephanie could see he was younger than she'd thought. Maybe 26 or 27. Boss, the decryption team is ready. Minho nodded, then looked at Stephanie. Come with me. You deserve to see this. They walked deeper into the warehouse, through a reinforced door that required both a keycard and retinal scan. Inside was a room that looked like something from a spy movie. Computer stations, multiple monitors, equipment Stephanie couldn't begin to identify. A woman in her 30s with glasses looked up from her keyboard. Mr. Kong, we're almost through the encryption. How long? Minho asked. 5 minutes, maybe less. Whoever encrypted this knew what they were doing. Military-grade security. Stephanie's heart pounded. My father was an accountant. He did taxes and financial planning. He couldn't have. Your father worked for the Nigerian government, Minho said quietly. Financial Crimes Division. He tracked money laundering, corruption, illegal arms deals. He was very good at his job. The room tilted. Stephanie grabbed the edge of a desk to steady herself. That's not possible. I would have known. He kept it from you to protect you. The people he investigated, the networks he exposed, they had long memories and longer reach. The car accident, Stephanie whispered. 7 years ago, they said the brakes failed. Minho's expression told her everything she needed to know. Oh God! Her legs gave out. She sank into the nearest chair. They killed him, and I never knew. I never. Boss! The tech's voice cut through her spiral. We're in. Everyone crowded around the main monitor. Lines of code filled the screen, then resolved into folders. Dozens of them, each labeled with names and dates. The tech clicked on one. Documents appeared. Bank statements, wire transfers, photographs, all meticulously organized and annotated. These are financial records, the woman said, scrolling quickly. Offshore accounts, shell corporations, money trails. This is... She looked at Minho, her face pale. This connects to everyone. The Jade Serpents, the Red Dragon Syndicate, even the Yakuza branches in Tokyo. Keep going, Minho ordered. More folders opened. Each one revealed another piece of a massive puzzle. Corrupt politicians, business moguls, police officials, military contractors. A web of money laundering and illegal deals spanning multiple countries and decades. There's video files too, the tech said, clicking on one. Grainy footage played. A meeting in what looked like a luxury hotel. Men in expensive suits exchanging briefcases. Audio in multiple languages. The tech enhanced and translated the Korean portions. Stephanie watched her father's life work unfold across the screens. Years of investigation. Years of risk. All hidden on a USB drive disguised as a daughter's necklace. This isn't just evidence, the silver-haired man said. This is a nuclear bomb. If this goes public, entire criminal organizations collapse, Minho finished. Dozens of powerful people go to prison. Billions in assets get frozen. And anyone connected to this data becomes an immediate target. He turned to look at Stephanie. Including you. Why did he give this to me? Her voice cracked. If it's this dangerous, why not destroy it? Why not give it to the authorities? Because he didn't trust the authorities, Minho said. Look at these files. Half the people supposed to enforce the law are on this list. He needed someone outside the system. Someone he could trust absolutely. But I didn't even know what I had. Exactly. The perfect hiding place is with someone who doesn't know they're hiding something. Minho's phone buzzed. He glanced at it, and his expression darkened. We have a problem. Another one? Stephanie's laugh was borderline hysterical. The Jade Serpents put a bounty on your head. 20 million won. Every street thug and wannabe gangster in Seoul is looking for an African woman matching your description. The tech pulled up a new screen. It showed a photo of Stephanie from the party, distributed across underground networks with the bounty announcement. I need to leave Korea, Stephanie said. Right now. Get on a plane and... They have people at every airport, every port, every border crossing. Minho interrupted. You'd be dead before you reached security. Then what am I supposed to do? Just hide here forever? No. Minho's jaw set in that determined line she was beginning to recognize. We go on offense. We find out who ordered your kidnapping. We expose them. And we end this. We? There is no we. You're only protecting me because of some Mafia code. You don't actually care if I live or die. Something flashed in his eyes. Anger maybe. Or hurt. You think I risk my organization, my resources, my life for just anyone? I think you have your own reasons for wanting this information. Don't pretend this is about me. The words hung in the air between them. The tech and the silver-haired man suddenly found reasons to be very interested in their equipment. Minho stepped closer. Close enough that Stephanie had to tilt her head back to maintain eye contact. Close enough that she could smell his cologne. See the faint scar above his left eyebrow. You're right, he said quietly. I do have my own reasons. This data connects to people who killed my brother 3 years ago. People who have corrupted this city I'm supposed to control. But don't mistake that for not caring whether you live or die, Stephanie. I claimed you. In my world, that means something. I'm not property. No, you're something far more dangerous. His voice dropped lower. You're someone I actually give a damn about. Before she could respond, alarms blared throughout the warehouse. Security breach, someone shouted. South entrance. Minho was already moving, grabbing a gun from a nearby table. Get her to the panic room. Now. I'm not hiding while. Now. The command in his voice was absolute. Jay, the silver-haired man, grabbed Stephanie's arm. This way. Move. They ran through corridors as gunfire erupted somewhere behind them. Stephanie's heels clattered against concrete until she kicked them off, running barefoot. Jay pulled her through another security door, downstairs, into what looked like a reinforced bunker. Stay here. Don't open this door for anyone except me or the boss. He pressed a gun into her hands. Safety's here. Point and shoot if you have to. Wait. I don't know how to. But he was gone, the heavy door sealing with a hydraulic hiss. Stephanie was alone in the dim emergency lighting, holding a gun she didn't know how to use, listening to muffled sounds of violence above her head. She sank against the wall, the USB pendant heavy against her chest. Her father had died protecting this information. Minho was up there fighting because of it, and she was hiding in a bunker, useless and terrified. No. She looked down at the gun in her shaking hands. She'd spent her whole life playing it safe, following rules, avoiding conflict. And where had it gotten her? Drugged at a party, shot at in cars, hiding in bunkers. Stephanie stood up. She checked the gun the way she'd seen in movies, made sure the safety was off, and moved to the door's control panel. She might not be a fighter, but she wasn't helpless either. The sounds of gunfire faded. Then silence. Too much silence. Stephanie's finger hovered over the door release when she heard footsteps. Multiple people. Coming closer. She raised the gun, hands steadying with adrenaline and determination. The door hissed open. Minho stood there, blood on his shirt, breathing hard. Relief flooded his face when he saw her. "You're okay, are you?" She lowered the gun, taking in the blood. "Is that yours?" "Not all of it." He swayed slightly, and she rushed forward to support him. "What happened?" "Jade Serpents sent a scout team. We eliminated them, but they know where we are now. We need to move." He looked down at the gun in her hand, then at her face. Something like respect entered his eyes. "You were ready to fight. I'm tired of running." "Good." He straightened despite obvious pain. "Because we're done running. Tomorrow we go to war." Jay appeared behind Minho. "Boss, we have incoming intelligence. You need to see this." They made their way back to the command center. The tech had pulled up new information on the screens. "The hit on Stephanie didn't come from the Jade Serpents," she said. "They were hired by someone inside your organization." The room went deadly quiet. "Show me," Minho said. More files appeared. Money transfers from one of Minho's legitimate business accounts to a Jade Serpent intermediary. Communications. Plans. All timestamped starting 3 weeks ago, right before Stephanie arrived in Korea. "Someone knew she was coming," Jay said. "Someone knew what she carried." "Who has access to these accounts?" Minho's voice was ice. The tech pulled up another screen. A short list of names appeared. Minho's face went white. "No, it can't be." "Boss, what is it?" He pointed to a name on the screen. "Kang Daehyun." "My brother," Minho said. "My dead brother. Except according to this, he's not dead at all." Stephanie felt the ground shift beneath her feet. Again. "What are you talking about?" Minho turned to her, and for the first time since she'd met him, he looked truly shaken. 3 years ago, my brother Daehyun was killed in a gang ambush. We buried him. I took over the family business because of his death. But if these records are real, then he faked his death, Jay finished. And he's been operating in the shadows ever since. "Why would he do that?" Stephanie asked. "The data your father collected," Minho said slowly, pieces clicking together. "It connects to the ambush that supposedly killed Daehyun. Your father investigated that incident. He must have found something. Evidence that Daehyun staged the whole thing." The tech pulled up another file. A video from 3 years ago. The ambush scene. Bodies. Blood. Chaos. But in one corner, enhanced and slowed down, a figure walked away. Very much alive. It was unmistakably the same face as Minho's, just slightly younger. "He betrayed the family," Jay said. "Started his own organization. And now he wants this data to cover his tracks. And he's willing to kill anyone who has it," Stephanie added. "Including your brother." Minho's phone buzzed. He looked at the screen, and his expression went from shock to cold fury. "What is it?" Stephanie asked. He turned the phone to show her. A message with a photo attached. It showed her apartment building in Seoul. Her actual apartment. The windows. The door. Everything. The text below read, "Tomorrow night. Namsan Tower. Bring the girl and the USB. Come alone, or I'll kill everyone in this building. Every single person." D. Stephanie's blood ran cold. "My neighbors. There are families there. Children." "It's a trap," Jay said. "Obviously." "I know." Minho pocketed the phone. "But we're walking into it anyway. Boss, that's suicide. It's the only way to end this. Minho looked at Stephanie. Your father spent years collecting this evidence. My brother has spent years running from it. Tomorrow night, one way or another, this ends. Stephanie thought about her father, about the life he'd hidden, the risks he'd taken, the ultimate price he'd paid. And she thought about the man standing in front of her, ready to walk into certain danger to protect people he didn't even know. I'm going with you, she said. Absolutely not. It's not a request, Minho. This is my father's legacy. My fight now too. Besides, Daehyun wants me there. If I don't show, he'll know something's wrong. She has a point, boss, Jay said reluctantly. Minho looked at Stephanie for a long moment. She held his gaze, refusing to back down. Finally, he nodded. Fine. But you do exactly as I say. When I say run, you run. When I say hide, you hide. Understood. Understood. Good. He turned to his team. We have 20 hours to prepare. I want blueprints of Namsan Tower, every entrance, every exit, every security camera. Contact our people in the police. I want the area locked down tight. And find me everything we have on Daehyun's current organization. Numbers, locations, weaknesses. Everyone scattered to their tasks. Stephanie stood there, adrenaline still pumping, mind racing. Tomorrow night she'd face the man who probably ordered her father's death. Tomorrow night everything would change. Minho approached her quietly. You should try to rest. Tomorrow will be impossible, dangerous, likely fatal, all of the above. A ghost of a smile crossed his face. But for what it's worth, I've never met anyone as brave as you. Your father would be proud. The words hit harder than she expected. Tears burned behind her eyes, but she blinked them back. I'm terrified. Good. Fear keeps you sharp, keeps you alive. He hesitated, then reached out and gently tucked a strand of hair behind her ear. I meant what I said earlier, about caring if you live or die. I know you don't trust me yet, but I will get you through this. I promise. His hand lingered near her face, and Stephanie found herself leaning into the touch despite everything screaming that she shouldn't. This man was dangerous, criminal, everything she should run from, but he was also the only person standing between her and death. Why? She whispered. Why do you care? Minho's dark eyes searched hers. Because when you woke up in my penthouse, terrified and defiant and absolutely refusing to break, I saw someone worth protecting. Someone worth. He stopped himself. It doesn't matter. Get some rest, Stephanie. Tomorrow we finish this. He walked away, leaving her standing there with a racing heart and questions she wasn't ready to answer. Jay approached with a blanket and pillow. Guest rooms upstairs. It's not much, but it's secure. Thank you. She took the items, then asked, Can I ask you something? How long have you worked for Minho? 5 years. Since I was 21. Is he a good man? Or am I being an idiot for trusting him? Jay considered the question carefully. Boss is the only person in this world who gave me a chance when everyone else wrote me off. He's hard. He's ruthless when he needs to be. But he's never lied to me, never betrayed his word, and never abandoned anyone under his protection. So yeah, I'd say you can trust him. At least as much as you can trust anyone in this life. It wasn't exactly a ringing endorsement, but it was something. Stephanie made her way to the small room upstairs. She locked the door, checked the window, then finally let herself collapse on the bed. Her phone was gone, probably destroyed during the escape. She had no way to contact her job, her friends back home, anyone. As far as the world knew, she'd just vanished. She touched the USB pendant. I wish you'd told me, Dad. I wish you'd prepared me for this. But maybe he had, in his own way. He'd raised her to be strong, independent, a fighter even when she didn't realize that's what she was becoming. Tomorrow at Namsan Tower, she'd need every bit of that strength. Stephanie closed her eyes, but sleep was impossible. Instead, she lay there in the darkness, listening to the sounds of Minho's organization preparing for war, and wondered if she'd live to see another sunrise. Don't miss what happens at Namsan Tower. Subscribe now and hit the notification bell so you're first to see part 3. Drop a comment telling us, do you think Daehyun can be reasoned with? Or is this ending in blood? And smash that like button if you're Team Minho all the way. Trust us, the confrontation you're about to witness will leave you speechless.